Alright, Comic-Con happened over this last week/weekend, and Saturday hit, and all the trailers hit on Saturday. I'm not going to touch on all of the trailers, I'm just going to talk about a couple of them really briefly. Particularly Justice League, and then Infinity War, so sorry, Thor Ragnarok and Ready Player One. You guys both look really cool. All I really have to add about that is I haven't read the Ready Player One novel, but Steven Spielberg's directing it, and that's really cool. And Thor still looks awesome. I like how he's getting a small team together. I liked how they did that in Captain America Winter Soldier, so those movies look awesome. But starting out, let's talk about the Justice League. Justice League is easily one of my most anticipated movies of the year. It's the Justice League. I've talked about this before. Growing up, I had no idea who the Avengers were. I only knew who the Justice League were. Despite what I've thought of some of DC's past movies, I am still really excited for Justice League, and this trailer looks so good. It's a long trailer too. It's 4 minutes long, so I'm just going to talk about a couple things in it. Overall, this movie does feel lighter than some of the DC movies we've seen in the past. Definitely lighter than Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. It feels like they are trying to go that, I don't want to say the Marvel route, but they're cracking jokes. So they're not like awkward jokes like in Man of Steel when the girl was like, I just think he's really hot. It's a lot of situational humor between the characters, which is something Joss Whedon does really well. And yeah, this movie it's directed by Zack Snyder, but also kind of directed by Joss Whedon at this point. And you do see overall, even from the past Justice League trailers, that the color palette in general is the saturation's coming up a little bit. It's a little bit lighter. There's a lot of cool imagery in this trailer. Some of it's a little too CGI, like when Aquaman is sailing on that parademon down that building. You do see like one blip of Steppenwolf as he crashes onto the ground. He does have a cool line in there. He basically says like, the Earth has no protectors right now. No lanterns, no Kryptonians. It's time to strike. And that's why we gotta form our Justice League. Talking about some of the situational humor in this trailer again, I loved Alfred in this trailer. Alfred has a couple of fun lines. Like he's talking to Batman. He's like, one misses the days when one's biggest problem was wind up exploding penguins. I think there's another one when Cyborg gets into the Batmobile and he's like, I'll take it from here, Alfred. And Alfred's just like, do I know you? And I also love the dialogue at the end of the trailer between Alfred and Batman when Alfred is like, I don't recognize this world anymore. And Batman tells him like, you don't have to recognize it. All you have to do is save it. Which I like, especially because in superhero movies, they do that thing a lot where it's like, oh, the superhero is the fish out of water. Especially in some of the early X-Men movies, it's one of those things like, you don't have to have the people's approval. You don't have to love the world that you're in. But when trouble comes, you gotta step up. You gotta save the world. And then at the end of the trailer, they do the little Jurassic Park thing with the footsteps and the glass of wine is kind of like trembling. Alfred goes up to someone, he's like, they said you would come. I hope you're not too late. You gotta assume he's talking to Superman. There's a small chance it's Green Lantern, but that's Superman. Which got me really excited. I do want to see more of Superman. I like Henry Cavill as Superman, if he's given a good character arc like I thought he was given in Man of Steel. And so I do want to see him come back. And I would like to see the Superman that they talked about in this trailer. I believe it was Batman, but he was saying like, Superman is a beacon of hope. He made people see the best in each other. That is Superman. That's not exactly the Superman that we got in the DC universe so far, though. Which, when he said that line, it actually made me think of Batman v Superman when Superman's given the military funeral at the end. And then I thought to myself, why was he giving that funeral? Because everyone hated his guts. That was kind of weird, but I am hoping to see a more hopeful, lighthearted Superman when he does come back at the end of this movie. You also have the possibility that this might be Ben Affleck's last movie as Batman. There's a lot of stuff going around right now. Matt Reeves is making the next Batman movie, but he might want to do it without Ben Affleck. I think it is kind of up in the air right now if Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman. One of the shots in this trailer that does make me think maybe he isn't coming back is when they're in front of the Capitol building and you see the Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg. What that shot reminded me of is from the animated movie Justice League War, which is based off of some of the New 52 stuff, which it looks like this movie is pulling a lot from, because in Justice League War, it's an origin story for the Justice League and it's about them uniting to save the world from an army of parademons, which is pretty much the plot of this movie. And there's a scene at the end of the movie after they save the day and they get their medals at the Capitol building and the whole Justice League is there, but in this trailer they had everybody except for Batman. So did they kill Batman in this movie? I don't know, it just seemed weird that Batman wasn't in that shot. It made me think maybe Ben Affleck isn't coming back, maybe this is his finale, maybe they're doing reshoots in order to kind of segue Ben Affleck out of this universe. Either way, I think the trailer looks awesome. I'm really excited for Justice League. So let me know what you thought of the Justice League trailer down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, you can click subscribe and check out some of my other videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.